of the DLP, a minor party, Mark Farrell.
Thank you. The Democratic Labor Party is a party that represents the last and the lost of the least in our society. And make no mistake, this tax will be paid for by the last and the lost and the least in this society. There'll be families at the table carving up money to pay additional tax to politicians who can't use money constructively, and that money that goes to that tax should have been spent on their kids. And it won't get spent on their kids, it'll get wasted on a philosophy that has no basis. If you look at the Australian Labor Party, it's actually supposed to be the voice of the workers. There will be no more work. The unions that make them are not even allowed to represent those workers. People from the timber industries and transport especially will be hit hardest, yet they pay union dues that support this government. It's not a workers' party, the Australian Labor Party. It's all about engineering the way that people think. Also, the people who will be hit hardest in this are families. And the people who make this tax are not family-based people. And there's a saying, you can't give what you don't have. And the thing that they don't have is respect for families. Because if they did, they wouldn't be setting up this tax to actually knife the people who pay taxes, who support them. The other thing I'd like to say is our party won its first Senate seat in about 40 years. Thanks. That's a big win, you know. But let me tell you, our party doesn't take donations from big companies or any companies. We're actually there to support the worker. There are other people pulling strings on both major parties that don't allow the truth of the people to come out. People like ourselves get ignored. The people there we vote in are supposed to represent us. Our party is committed, and with our politician John Madigan, his number one objective is to fight against this tax, because this tax will rip families apart. And our country is actually based on the family. The strength of our past is the family, and that's what our party's all about. The other thing that we're campaigning hard on, and you probably saw John Madigan working against McCain's, who are ripping off farmers with their potatoes. He's also we're trying to keep industry in Australia, especially manufacturing. Both major parties have eroded any protection for our industries, and the way they've done that, myself as a small business owner, I have to pay work cover, holiday pay, superannuation, and all these things that we believe is good, we have to pay it. Yet in China, you lose your arm, it's your problem. You go back to your family and they can sort it out. Yet those people are competing with us on a so-called level playing field. We have no hope, and now they're going to put more weight on the back of small business and manufacturing in this country by introducing a tax that only we have to pay. We have no protection, no tariffs, nothing from overseas. And the thing that made this country is what we produce. And there's a saying, a country is what a country makes. And the way that manufacturing in this country has been treated over the years is a concern of the people we elect to represent us. And in the end, as John Madigan said on the radio, which I thought sounded pretty good, in the end, we are going to become a nation of drink waiters, drink servers, and people who can dwell in the memory of when we actually produce something. And I think that's right, and I think that the minor parties that are here, as well as the Democratic Labor Party, are actually a voice for the small people that fit in the gaps. And our party is dedicated to serving the last and the lost of society who don't have a voice, who don't have money to pay for advertising campaigns or to lobby these people that we pay their wages and we vote them in, and you've got to employ someone else to present your case to them, is just a scam. So I'd like to thank everyone firstly for coming, and also I'd like to thank the minor parties that are here that supported us in the last campaign, because without their preferences we wouldn't have got in. And for those minor parties, we are your voice as well, because we wouldn't have been there without you. And thank you for the organisers.
Thank you, Mark.